It's Razor Pop.
He had teenage girls swooning over him after his turn as Jacob Black, the werewolf in the Twilight saga movie series. But to fight choreographer Jennifer Phillips, who choreographed the fight scenes for Eclipse, Taylor will always be that quiet kid she trained when he was just 8 years old.
Now Taylor, just like the group I'm bringing in, all grew up on the tournament circuit. So that's how we all know each other. And yes, I've known him since he was 8 years old. That's terrible. And it's sort of hard when you watch somebody grow up, because in your mind they're still this little kid, but they're actually a grown man. It's just like the four I'm bringing in. You know, I've known them since they've been like 8, 9 years old, and now they're adults. So I still call them my boys. I have this terrible habit of just calling everybody my boys because of how long they were boys. So it's fine. It's like a mom, you know, they're always boys.
What was it like working with him on Eclipse?
You know, Taylor is the same kid as when he was competing on the circuit. As from a personality standpoint, he hasn't changed, which is great, because some people do get into the lifestyle and they're a different person from where they started. Really down to earth, great kid. To me, he's still a kid.
Do you remember when he was still 8? What was he like? Was he cute?
Personally, he's a quiet kid, but a really popular kid, because on the circuit, you're just a really close-knit bunch. So he's not like an introvert or anything. He's just always been a nice kid. Taylor trained really hard, and so does every single person. They train super, super hard. And those are the ones that put in the extra effort. They are the ones that, you know, when they go to the karate school and it's time to go home and they don't want to go home. Those are the ones that, if they're 10 hours in the day, they would train 10 hours in a day. And I believe that he takes that same work ethic as a child. And it's amazing, because as a child, you never think of children doing that. But I guess it's the same for every elite athlete, whether the swimmers, runners, or whatever. He takes that same work ethic into what he's doing now for a living.
So did Jennifer ever expect Taylor to become every teenage girl's crush?
No. You know, I'll tell you, no. Shark Boy and Lava Girl was his very first film. And being on the circuit, which is the North American Sport Karate Association, which was a circuit I competed on as well, and so does this entire group, Taylor and the group I'm bringing in, you never know who's going to make it. And the ones you think are going to make it end up not. And the ones that you think don't end up propelling, you know, to superstardom. So I don't think it's one of those things whether you expect or you don't expect. And when I shake my head and say no, it's not that I didn't expect him to be a star. It's looking at him through the eyes of every teenage girl's fantasy that you think.
When he was
you know, so I think it's just one of those things where you don't expect, but kids just do amazing things. And I think at some point in time, your hard work does pay off.
Next, we find out who won Jennifer's heart when she worked on X-Men Origins Wolverine, Hugh Jackman or Daniel Hannay.